Vikings lose to the Indianapolis Colts. Final score 28-11. Compared to the Colts, the Vikings had half the yardage, half the first downs. These first two games, the Vikings defense has given up an average of over 150 yards on the ground. This Vikings team has shown no heart. They look like they're disorganized. They don't know what they look like they don't know what the hell it is that they're doing. They look like, quite honestly, that they don't even want to be on the football field. We'll start with the offense first. Gary Kubiak, oh my God. At least for me, when he was named the OC, the thought process was, okay, we're going to go from, compared to 2019, a very conservative offense to now, at the very least, a very efficient offense. And best case scenario, you could say that it's been on par with 2019. I would argue that it's been much worse compared to when Kevin Stefanski was calling plays. Gary Kubiak, you look like you're calling plays for your Denver Broncos Super Bowl winning team, which on the surface is great. You won the title. But that was for a team, a conservative offense with the quarterback as in a noodled arm Peyton Manning on his last legs. You have a quarterback who's in his prime right now. It's not the same. Speaking of that quarterback, Kirk Cousins, holy shit, bro. You have a captain patch on your jersey. Based on your body language, based on your demeanor, you don't look like a leader on the football field. You look like a player that's waiting for permission to be great. Then we get to the receivers. I don't know how many drops that they had, but mentally you could tell that they weren't there. Drew Samia, we can stop the talk right now as far as him being a starting offensive lineman in the National Football League. You couldn't ask for a more disastrous start from Drew Samia. You made Pat Elflein look like a first ballot Hall of Famer. I've never seen, at least off the top of my head, I've never seen in my life a reverse pancake. We saw that with Drew Samia. And the crazy thing is, this goes to the front office. You had right guard on lock. You had it all well and good with Josh Klein. But you cheap bum asses decided, okay, we're going to cut some funding from Josh Klein. You need to take a pay cut. And oh my God, you don't want to agree to a pay cut, so we're going to go ahead and cut you. What the fuck kind of shit is that? And now you have the nerve to sit here and be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do on this offensive line. This is all self-inflicted. Then we get to the defense. The secondary gave up a 76% completion rate to Phillip Rivers. There was no resistance. These first two games, the Vikings defense has mercy on whatever it is that opposing offenses want to do to us. Mo Alley Cox. I don't even know who the hell this dude is. Mo Alley Cox, who previously, or not even previously, currently has a career best 133 yards in a single season back in 2018, damn near matched that in a single game against a Mike Zimmer-led defense with 111 yards, averaged 22 yards a reception. Well, you know what? Oh my God, the corners, they're so young, they're so inexperienced. Well, guess what? Mike Zimmer, the defensive guru and the cornerback whisperer that he is, okay, we're going to give him a pass on that. Let's pretend. Let's go ahead and give him that. Guess what? We had veterans in the cornerback group last year, and they were still ass. And then we get to Mike Zimmer's post-game quote. He said, quote, "We can't start winning until we stop losing." So that was the super deep dive there by Mike Zimmer. Just once, I would like to see him hold himself accountable, because it's funny because he has no problem getting up to the podium and calling out players, being so blunt. The offensive line, 2016 after the Eagles game, oh my God, they were soft. Anthony Barr, oh, he tends to coast. This player needs to do this, this player needs to do that. Super blunt, super straightforward. But when it comes to holding himself accountable, he never says, you know what, I need to be better. This isn't good enough compared to the talent that we have. And the credit that I will give Mike Zimmer is that he has shown he has the ability to have his team bounce back only after the outside world is talking negatively about him and his team. You can't have your team play up to their talent level baseline when people believe in you. You can only have your team play up to par only when people talk negatively about you. Only then can we play up to our talent that people expected us to play. Are you kidding me? We have two old farts coaching this team in a 1975 style of NFL football that's going to get us nowhere. And if this team has the luxury of having the number 1 pick in the 2021 NFL draft, and you know you're about to take Trevor Lawrence, then Mike Zimmer has to be gone. He cannot be coaching this team because he has shown that he does not give two shits about the talent that we have on offense. He doesn't want to win. He only wants to win his way. 1975 fucking offense in a 2020 NFL season. Bro, I'm so sick of this shit. What new excuses are we coming up for this dude today? Oh, well, the defense, they're actually getting a little bit better compared to week 1. He's the head coach. He's the head coach. We do this every year. Continuity. This dude walks around, and oh my God, after the Saints game, oh my God, in the playoffs in the wild card round, I can't believe I had to deal with this shit, being on the hot seat and blah, blah, blah. I've won 60% of my games or whatever, because you haven't done shit. That's the thing no one wants to talk about. All the Mike Zimmer stands, they want to get in their calculators and come up with whatever bullshit-ass stats in the regular season. What has he done in the playoffs? The Mike Zimmer-led Minnesota Vikings have been one of the worst teams competitively in the playoffs. But we don't want to talk about that. We're not allowed to talk about that, right? So Mike Zimmer, he walks around all big and bad and his chest poked out. I'm the big bad Mike Zimmer. You're nobody. Be a better head coach. Or as God is my witness, this dude better be fired. They keep up the weight. They look like they could be the worst team in the league. But hey, if they go 0-16, well, did you know, you remember what life was like before Mike Zimmer hit? Shut up. Enough. Minnesota Vikings media, I'm talking to y'all. I don't want to lose my access. I don't want to do Mike Zimmer. Well, we'll put all the blame on everyone else. Mike Zimmer needs to be better. Bottom line, I don't give a shit about Brad Childress. I don't give a shit about Les Frazier and what he did. What has he done compared to his peers right now? Nothing. And that's the bottom line. We do this 3 times a week. Mediocre at Best Sports Podcast with Realistic Randy. Check me out on Twitter at realistic_Randy, Facebook at realistic Randy. We'll see you next time.